Welcome to episode 4 of the Temple of Elemental Evil. I am Dreadmore, your dungeon master, and these are your players for episode 4. Nyrax is a second-level tiefling sorcerer, and a second-level fighter named Zert. He was hired by Nyraxis at the Inn of the Welcoming Wench. Malik, a second-level human cleric. Cantor, a second-level orc monk. Celadon, a second-level elf sorcerer. Octavius, a second-level stone giant Goliath wizard. Join us as our heroes start their day at the Inn of the Welcoming Wench inside Hamlet. Then our heroes traveled back to the moat house, where they encountered a small horde of decaying undead zombies, and a very large ogre who was guarding the area. The story picks up 48 hours after our brave group of adventurers was overwhelmed by zombies in the moat house. Only Nyraxis and Zert escaped the chaos, waking up at the Inn of the Welcoming Wench. Not long after, Octavius and Malik returned from their side mission, escorting a couple and their guests to a wedding outside of Hamlet. Gathering around the inn table, they shared news of the moat house, fallen comrades, rumors, and the dark shadows looming over their quest. The innkeeper approached, delivering a mysterious note. Jarou had recruited a monk and a sorcerer to aid in rescuing their companions left behind in the moat house's depths. With their spirits renewed and stomachs filled with food and mead, the group set out for Jarou's home. Jarou explained that he hoped Dusty Slay's body could be recovered, if possible. He introduced them to Celadon, an elf sorcerer from the gnarly forest, recruited to help locate Dusty's remains. Also joining them was an orc monk named Cantor from a nearby monastery, who sought to root out evil and defend the helpless. Before leaving, the party bought holy water from St. Cuthbert and a few healing potions preparations for the dangerous journey ahead. 2 hours on foot brought them to the moat house. Upon arrival, they faced a choice. 1. Enter through the front, explore for bandits, then descend into the dungeon's lower levels where the zombies lurked. 2. Use a secret entrance discovered by Zert that was hidden and tucked away a few hundred feet from the main structure. Deciding to confront the threat directly, they chose the front entrance. Their goal: finish searching for bandits and locate Dusty, Valber, Anix, and Alton before tragedy struck. Nyraxis led the way, recalling a room full of bandits he'd fled by during his escape. The door was locked from the inside, but the monk easily kicked it open. Inside, they found an empty room, recently vacated. Zert uncovered a loose brick, hiding a secret nook with some copper and silver coins left behind, evidence of a hasty retreat. A secret door to the east led back to the swamp, but the party decided to stay and press onward into the dark underground. Descending into the dungeon, they immediately recognized the area where they'd been overwhelmed before. As they approached the cell area, Zert shut a nearby cell door with a loud creak, prompting a rush of zombies. The fight was fierce. Melee and magic struggled to fell the undead horde. Malik, sensing the danger, invoked divine power of Palor, turning the zombies with a wave of his holy symbol, causing them to cower in terror. From the shadows emerged the tragic sight Alton, their fallen drow elf warlock, now a zombie, approaching with hatred in his eyes. The party fought desperately to end his misery, finally defeating him with heavy hearts. They then discovered Dusty Slay strapped to the torture rack, pale and long dead. They removed his body from the torture table and set his body near the stairs undisturbed for now, planning to retrieve him later. The adventurers then explored a large pile of junk over 10 feet tall on the north side of the dungeon, revealing 2 locked, hidden doors. The monks swiftly broke them open, uncovering a storeroom filled with lots of armor, barrels of salted meat, and 2 kegs of brandy. The other revealed a wide variety of weapons and 70 robes each, emblazoned with a yellow eye of fire sewed on the center. Next, they investigated a southeastern door from the stairs. Inside, debris and rubble obscured their path, and 2 party members fell due to the unstable mess, causing a loud commotion. Undeterred, the monk opened a door further south and faced a towering ogre. The ogre snarled, "You not supposed to be here," and attacked. The monk struck first, landing a punch that enraged the creature. The ogre retaliated with a mighty swing of his double-bladed axe, injuring the monk as he retreated. The party then unleashed a flurry of spells and melee attacks, quickly bringing the beast down. Beyond the defeated ogre, they found a room with a cell door holding 2 gnomes and a human, all badly beaten and near death. Among them was Valber, their missing wizard. The others revealed that the ogre had devoured the dragonborn, Annex, and another human merchant in the last 48 hours, a sign of the creature's insatiable hunger. In the rubble, the party discovered a magical cloak, hidden among soiled rags and blankets. They also detected a secret door near the stairs leading down, but chose to leave it for later exploration. With their mission to rescue their companions was complete, they decided to return Dusty to Giroux. Upon arriving at the druid's home, Giroux shared a legend of a mystical pool deep within the gnarly forest, said to bestow life upon those who have yet to fulfill their destiny, if the appropriate tribute is offered to the Dryad Guardian. The adventurers set out on a 4-hour trek through the dense, tangled woods of the gnarly forest. When they arrived, they were greeted by curious fairies and a shimmering pool. The Dryad appeared, acknowledging Celadon's brooch, proof that he was a guardian of nature. She granted them access to the pool, and Celadon wrapped Dusty's body in the magical cloak they'd found and carried him into the water. Dusty's body was submerged for over 10 minutes, as Celadon recited a heartfelt tribute to the Dryad, vowing his lifelong service to her. Miraculously, Dusty's form began to float to the surface, lifted by entwined vines, his life restored. The Dryad advised the party to return to Hamlet, allowing Dusty time to recover, which would take up to 48 hours. With their purpose fulfilled, the adventurers made way to Bern to sell their spoils to Hamlet, a welcome trade to upgrade the weapons and armor for the local militia. The heroes then headed back to the Inn of the Welcoming Winch, ready to plan their next move. Players killed in action. Join us next week for episode 5, where our adventurers welcome Dusty Slay back and figure out their next move in the Moat House dungeons.